Good evening, students. Just starting in a second. Give me a second, bacha. Okay, hello students. Very good evening. How all you are? Enjoying the preparations of SST or not? Tell me. Hi, hello to every students out here. So we are going live since 3 days and we completed so much out of SST. That means 75% of our syllabus is completed. The revision is completed. We started with economics, the easiest one. Then we pick up the geography part and then history. Now it is the time for civics, the last one to do in the list. Tomorrow we have to do complete SST revision, okay? So it is hectic. Why, Jeba? Why it is being hectic for you? Namaste, beta. Namaste. Good evening. Namaste. Very warm welcome to all the students out here in my session today for what? Civics. Good evening, Divyanshu. Hi, everyone is back here. Fine. Okay, Malika. Ma'am, tomorrow at 9 a.m. Pavni, it's being scheduled for 12 p.m. right? Afternoon 12 we will start and we will complete the revision by 6 or 7, in which I will be like dealing with all the what I can say picture based questions. Then we will be solving some map work and we will be revising all the important topics once again, right? Will that be fine? Fine. So let us start the session for today. Ma'am, can you tell me the approx duration for today's class? Malika, it will be around for 3 hours because we have only 5 chapters for civics. It will be not as long as we went for geography and history. The syllabus was long there, right? The syllabus is not that long as well as it's easy too. So I think that civics will be completed quite quick than the rest of what we have done. Okay, so my dear students, let's start. Let's see what to do for today. We have to complete our civics today. We will start with the chapter that is power sharing. Just give me a second. Let me take you to the content. Economics is done. Great. Then we moved to geography. We completed the portion of geography with all the chapters. And your response on the geography live was really very good, students. And hope you guys are also watching all the strategy videos too, right? Recently I uploaded some of the videos in which one was complete map work in 30 minutes. I'll be uploading some more important mistakes to avoid, watch some videos that's necessary, a plan for one day before the exam, right? All we have to see. So hope you guys are also watching those videos because that are also very much important for you and planned in the perspective that you guys can get help from there. We love your classes, ma'am. Thank you for this, my dear students. Okay, so we will start our complete civics live with the chapter first one, that is power sharing. In the list we have total 5 chapters. Have a look at that. So when I talk about power sharing, okay, you guys know what power sharing actually means. So what is power sharing, students? When power is being shared. You are studying civics, that means political science. So here I'm not talking about power shared between siblings and all. Here we're talking about the power shared in the administrative arena, right? Administrative sphere between the government, okay? Organs of government, levels of government and many more things to study. But as the NCERT considered you as small students kid and made you understand the meaning of power sharing in a very good way, okay? Fine. We will see which option is also correct here. Students, what happened? There are 2 types of what I can say families around us. One family who is very happy, living peacefully, earning some balanced amount of money, but focusing on everyone's need and respect to everyone, even to grandparents, elders, small kids, etc. But some around us in our neighborhood, we will see there is family treating rudely to the grandparents, to the kids, etc. Have no time for family, no work-life balance, etc. You can see the level of happiness the difference of level of happiness among them. Similarly, if there is a situation when people are not getting equal rights, equal authority in a country, the country will also not be peacefully coexisting for our citizens. And the cases here are given. There are two cases given here. One is of Sri Lanka and the other is of Belgium. One country that adopted the measures of power sharing and the other did not. So before starting that session, I'll tell you which of the following is not a reason for power sharing. To allow participation for diverse social group. Exactly. Whenever there is power sharing, there will be participation from the diverse social group. This is correct, but the question asks not. Okay. To ensure efficient decision making process. This is also correct. To promote majoritarian tendencies. This one is not correct. C is the correct option to this question. Right? We'll read the option D, to prevent any single group from holding absolute power. To prevent it. Okay? So that no single group can hold that power. Yes, very good students. You guys are answering. That's very good. And C becomes here the correct answer to this question. Right? Now, what is majoritarian policy? Pay attention to this word. What is majoritarian policy or tendency? It means that whenever the government follow or make rules in a way that only and only majority rules the country, right? And that policy is known as what, my dear students? Majoritarian policy or majoritarian tendency. To all the students who answer C as correct, that's very good. You are confident about what you have prepared. Okay, so can we start with the very first? Ma'am, I am back. Okay, July, how are you? Power leads to corruption and absolute power leads to corrupt absolutely. Correct. Okay. Ma'am, your voice is low. Every day there is one of the student who say voice is low. Is this the issue with everyone? Let me know. If it is, I'll sort it out, or else we will continue. Beta, please check your also, because voice is clear from my side. I even heard that in my phone too. Okay. And exact correct statement to that is power corrupts and absolute power corrupts absolutely. This is the exact statement, whoever gave that, FF Gamer or someone. Yes. Okay, get it? So we will start with the very first topic of the chapter, power sharing. Two cases are there, right? Two cases are there, and in that two cases, the first one is the family of Belgium. Right? Belgium is a country right now in Europe, and you might be thinking that, ma'am, it is a developed nation. Yes, my dear students, it's quite a developed nation. European country, and everyone like go and settle over there even. What happened in that country? So when we go to Belgium, we will see the ethnic composition. What do you mean by the word ethnic? So here in a nation, there are so many people who have their own culture, tradition, language, and follow that. That group is known as ethnic group, who has common culture, common language, etc. Right? So when we went to this country, Belgium, we saw that, pay attention, this is the map of Belgium. Okay, we saw that there are 59% of the people who speaks the language Dutch. But what is the situation in Belgium? This will be more clear to you by this. So this is the map of Belgium, and this northern region of Belgium is known as Flemish region. It is known as what? Flemish region. In this Flemish region, 59% of the total, when I say pay attention, right? Pay attention, total population is an important word. 59% of the total population lives in Flemish region and speaks the language Dutch. Right? And speaks the language Dutch. Very good. 40% of the total population lives in Wallonia region and speaks the language French. Okay. 1% are the German speaking people, but the situation is different somewhere. Achha, now if we read only up till now, what is the situation? Who is in majority? Dutch are in majority. right? Who is in majority? Dutch is in majority, and who is in minority? French in minority. Okay, clear? We are not considering that 1% people right now. So, but when we went to this Brussels, capital of Belgium, we saw something different. Here in the capital, who is in majority? French, who were in minority in the nation. How much percent? 80%. And how much people who speaks the language Dutch here in the capital? Only 20% people. So by this is the problem. Now exactly the question can come, what actually is the problem? So you will tell the examiner that in the nation Dutch is in majority, however the situation is changed in the capital. 80% people lives here who speaks the language French, and 20% who speaks the language bacha what? Dutch. So as problem was raising, because of this problem, what was going on? Civil crisis was going on, right? What was going on? Civil crisis was going on in the country. When this civil crisis was going on, tensions arose and the situation of the country was becoming different, right? Then finally they solved this problem by accommodation. I'll tell you everything right now in detail. Ma'am, ethnic word means tanmay. No, it's not recorded, Arvi. It's not recorded. I'm here. So the word ethnic means the population or the group of people who have the common language, who have the common culture, or who have the common tradition. Like we say that na in Diwali, let us wear ethnic dresses. So you will see that the ethnic dress for Marathi people is different. For Hyderabadi people is different, for Tamil people is different. So why they are different? Because they have a common culture, common identity. Similarly, ethnic word here means that something is common in them, and here it is about language and the culture also. Get it, bacha? Civil crisis means the crisis occurred when the population of the same country is fighting among themselves. Accommodation means how they brought everyone regarding, right? Regarding, irrespective of all the things, they brought everyone together, ethnic diversity, etc. They brought them together and solved the problem. Okay, sometime it's recorded live, that's why. It's okay, Arvi, it's okay. Fine, no issues. Okay, this one is live particularly. So, when we talk about accommodation, my dear students, the problem is only solved when you identify the problem. So, what was the problem over here? The problem was regional and linguistic differences. So the problem was what, my dear students? Regional and linguistic differences, right? How was it sorted? So basically for this, constitution was amended. Pay attention. What was done? Constitution was amended. How many times, bacha? 4 times. Okay, so how many times constitution was amended? 4 times. Okay, first point. Yes, wait students, whoever have any doubt, let me complete this and then I'll entertain every doubt. Okay, don't worry about that. So in the center, basically in the central government for the entire nation, what will be done? The number of ministers from both the communities, Dutch and French, will be equal, 50%, 50%. Okay, if there are total 300, like 300 ministers will not be there although, but if there are 100 ministers in their cabinet, 50 will be from Dutch and the 50 will be from French. So the first thing what they did was, so first thing in the central government, the number of ministers from both the communities will be equal. Get it, bacha? Next point is power to state, not, okay. Power from, here the short points are written. So from the central government, certain powers are shared to the state government so that state government will no longer be subordinate to the central government. Previously what happened? Whatever the guideline was given by central government, state government has to follow it. But now, central government will no longer be subordinate to the state government will no longer be subordinate to the central government. Third point is Brussels. Now what is Brussels? Capital. right? We have Delhi government also, na? Similarly, Brussels will have a separate government where French and Dutch ministers will be equal. Get it, beta? Last but not the least, and the fourth important point which itself make this accommodation different from the rest of the world, and that is community government. What is community government, beta? There are three communities here. One is Dutch, okay? The other one is French, and the other one is German. So here, all these three governments, okay, there will be three governments, community government for Dutch, for French, for Germans. Now you might be thinking, ma'am, there is a central government, there are state government, there is government at Brussels, what they are going to do? So they will be making laws on the subjects of, right? They will be making what, beta? They will be making laws on the subject of education, right? Language and culture of their own, so that there is no interference by any other community on these respect, right? Everything bifurcated, divides, like power bifurcated, and everyone is happy now. So what become the result of this accommodation? The result of this accommodation is very, very powerful. Belgium became a peaceful coexistence plane and even made the headquarters of certain organization. Tell me the organization, and now you can write your doubts. I am seeing it. Ma'am, tomorrow will you take complete SST revision for full day? Then why you put last one day strategy? Then tomorrow full day duration, please tell me. Beta, I put that last day strategy previously so that you can watch and follow that tomorrow, right? Yes, I will be taking that complete live. If you want to follow that, that's well and great. But there are time, na? I'll be coming live at 12. What you will be doing since morning, so that time you follow that strategy. Okay? Get it? Okay, United Nations. Not United Nations, European Union, correct? European Union. Khushbu, we will do practice. We will do practice questions too, but last time is there, you should know the content too, right? Clear with this? So here starts the chapter power sharing with the case of Belgium. Now let us see one question out here. Power sharing is very spirit of democracy. Support the statement by giving suitable arguments. Okay, Pavni, we are going to do that. Fine. All the students who are chatting for nonsense here, don't. Okay, we'll study. Fine. Hi ma'am, you forget me. No Rani, I didn't forget you. I remember you students. Everyone, your names are filled in my memory now. Okay, see this. Assertion is, I am getting your answers as A. So assertion is, Belgium power sharing model has contributed to maintaining peace and unity within the country. This is correct. Because Belgian model involves equal representation, yes, in the central government and significant decentralization. The power was shared from central to state also, na? Yes, exactly. So A is the very correct option to this question. Okay, both A and R are correct, and R is the correct explanation of A. So you guys, I miss those marathons. Okay, yeah, that will be fine, but yeah, if you can, then you can watch it now. Okay, coming to the next one, the case that is Sri Lanka, right? Okay. Solo, don't teach them anything. Come on, talking about Sri Lanka. So now if I talk about Sri Lanka, so it is a country in Asia, south to the borders of India, just in south of Tamil Nadu, right? And become independent in the year 1948. Acha, one quick question to the students, however, it is not given in this chapter, but tell me, when did Belgium became independent? Anyone who is going to tell me? We studied that in history. Who is going to tell me? My native is Sri Lankan, ma'am. Okay, Malika, good. Okay, ma'am. Good. Hello, ma'am. I'm Kirti. Hi, Kirti. How are you? How's your preparation going on? So, 1815, July 1815 is not correct. Think about it more. When did Belgium become independent? And do not Google it. Someone answered correct, but I'm not telling it right now. Ma'am, question repeat, okay? 30 is not correct. FF Gamer, Devanshu, 30 is not correct. Or 30 is correct, tell me. I'm not sure. 30, 32, 48, which is correct? Acha, tell me one question. The year when France became constitutional monarchy. Actually, it is 30. 30 is correct, okay? 30 is exactly correct. Duration will be long. We will start the session at 12. It might go to 6 or 7. Okay? Chalo, come on, coming back to it. Sri Lanka became independent in 1948. And what happened? Let's check the ethnic composition of Sri Lanka first. Okay, by mistake, the map is here of Belgium. This is not correct. Here it should be Sri Lanka. By mistake it is. So, beta, if we see ethnic composition of Sri Lanka, there is 74% of the people who speaks the language Sinhala. That clearly makes us understandable that 74% means the majority of the population here speaks the language Sinhala. However, there are 18% people who speaks the language Tamil. 18% people who speaks the language Tamil. In that Tamil also, among these 18%, there are 13% people who are Sri Lankan Tamil. That means indigenous people. However, the rest 5% are Indian Tamils who went there because during the colonial period, laborers were sent there, right? For the plantation workers as well as for fishing activity too. So this is the composition and the rest are 7% people, but more correct I am going to explain you in a more decent way. See what happens, 74% of the population are the people who speaks the language Sinhala in Sri Lanka and they follow the religion that is Buddhism. They follow the religion that is what beta? Buddhism. 18% are the people who speaks the language Tamil and they are the people either who are Hindu or they are Muslims. Okay, either they are Hindu or they are Muslim. The rest of the population is 7% people who either speaks the language Sinhala or they speaks the language Tamil and they are Christians. So this is the ethnic composition and it's good, like we can see in India, in a small place there are so many people with different linguistic variations, but there was no problem in that. Now what happened, this Sinhala people, because it is the natural tendency person, beta, if a nation's population will be in majority, they will try to gain more confidence, more power. Okay, and here they adopted majoritarian measures. How they adopted? Because their control and their power was more. In 1956, they passed an act saying that Sinhala will be the only official language, disregarding Tamil. They said that all the official work, studies, court, banks, everything, the language there will be used will be Sinhala. Now, think about it, how Tamil people are neglected here, disregarded here, and how they will communicate with all these official works, right? So there was a problem. Next, they said that the government will make the policies which are preferential for only the Sinhala applicants whenever it is for university position and government jobs. Whenever it's about admission in the university, jobs there, what will happen, my dear student? So problem will be that the preference will be given to only one community, Sinhala. Right? The next is, they formed a new constitution which only foster means made the growth in, protected what? Only and only the religion that is Buddhism, which is followed by Sinhala people. So who is angry, bhai? Who is angry over here? Tamil people are angry here, right? Why Tamil people are angry here? Because Tamil people felt alienated. Pay attention to this. Tamil people felt alienated. My dear students, question can come from this topic, that what are the demands of Tamil people? right? So what we will say that the Tamil people felt here alienated. What were their demands? To give a reference, or what we can say, to recognize Tamil also as an official language, right? Not to give preference only to one single community, also to protect their religions, that is Hindu, Muslim and Christianity. Get it? And even they demanded that, if we see at the map of Sri Lanka, they demanded this northeastern region where majority the Tamil population was living, that give it the status of separate state, and in that separate state they referred it as Tamil Elam. Okay, Tamil Elam, that means separate state for Tamil people. Get it? This was the story of Sri Lanka. Okay, now done. So we completed 2 sections, story of Belgium, and the next one is story of Sri Lanka. Get it? I see your tomorrow full SST revision and study means how many mark I will score out of 80. Please, beta, no one is here doing Bhavishyavani. How can I say that this marks you will score? But if you study that, it is going to be helpful for you. It is planned in a way that you get maximum output out there, right? It depends upon how much you remember in exam. But you have to study first. Come study, it will help you for sure. Okay? Approx 70 plus, because everything is going to come from there only. Okay? Done with this, students? Oh, for sure. Rank. Okay, completed with 2 things. First question from these topic, what is the ethnic composition of Belgium? Second question from the same topic, how did Belgium accommodated their ethnic diversity? Okay. Third question, what is the ethnic composition of Sri Lanka? Fourth question, how did the people of Tamil felt? Right? Fifth question, what are the majoritarian measures taken by Sinhala people? Now comes the next part of this chapter, but before that we will solve this question, right? Come on, answer this fast. What were the main factors leading to the outbreak and consequence of civil war in Sri Lanka? So what was the main factor leading to the outbreak and consequences? First point is the lack of political representation for minority community. Second, competition for scarce resources and territory. So this is not actually the correct one. Historical grievances and ethnic tension. This is correct. Socio-economic disparities and unequal access to opportunity. This one is also correct. So basically D is the correct answer. Very good, students. It's really strange, Tanvi, what's going on here? So yes, D option is right over here. Very good, students. Now comes the next question, why power sharing is desirable, right? The power sharing that is referred as very spirit of democracy. I guess Malika or someone asked this question in the live today. Ma'am, please tell us with the help of arguments. So, bacha, what argument you will give? Here you will tell about moral reasons. Beta, what we understood from the last 2 slides is that the nation that will accept power sharing, right? Yeah, Pavni asked it. So, the nations which will be doing power sharing will be happier. It is very much clear that power sharing is desirable, but how to explain it to other one that there are reasons to accept power sharing. So here are the prudential reasons and here are the moral reasons. Do you guys understand the difference between the prudential and the moral one? See, for an example, you need new phone. You need new phone. You went to your father asking for phone. Your father said, no, I can't give you new phone. And he will ask you so many questions. Why do you need phone? What you will do? How much time you will work on phone? Etc. So father asks you everything that are pros and the cons of that phone. And then when analyze the output. But when you went to mother, she is saying, no, beta, phone will affect you. It will affect your eyes. Okay, you will be totally changed. Your nature will be changed, etc. She is thinking about the morality, moral things. No, not to do. So Prudential reason, when you see a situation, calculate the pro, cons of it and then give the output. Moral reasons, when you are morally thinking about that, morally it is correct or not. Okay, so when I talk about prudential reasons, yes, power sharing is good because it helps to reduce the possibility of conflict. By clear-cut thing is that when you share power with the groups, there will be no conflict. When there will be no conflict, there will be stability in the political order. Right? Because what happens when power sharing is not there, this majority community imposes their will. So when they impose their will, like initially, whenever in a country majority will impose its power in its minority, they will enjoy. It is a good option. But for a shorter run, it looks attractive. But for a shorter run, not for a longer period. Why? Because the tyranny, you know, atyachar, oppression by the majority, right? This oppression by the minority on minority will look good for, but it will have adverse impact, like in Sri Lanka. In Sri Lanka, there is civil war that continued till 2009 because they were not ready to get power sharing. So it affected the minority, but it also affected the majority. Okay, conflict because of politicians. So here are the moral reasons. Moral, that means by democracy cannot exist without power sharing. It is the very essence of it. A democratic rule involves sharing power with those affected by its exercise and those who have to live with it, basically the controlled and the controller. Right? People have the right to be consulted. This point majorly you have to write. Then, a legitimate government is the one where citizens through partitions acquire a stake in the system. What does it mean? Whenever there is power sharing, that means power is also shared with the citizens. And in a democracy, the government is legitimate government. That means people's own government. Right? Get it, bacha? So these are the moral reasons what you have to write, and these are the prudential reasons what you have to write. Right? In Iran, many things is going on. We'll discuss about it later. First you study because you have to give your exam anyhow. Nothing is going to happen before that. If we write the moral reasons, is it sufficient? Yes. If you write the moral reasons in that question, what you asked Pavni, it will be more than enough. And I guess it was for 3 marks only. Okay, come on, answer to the question right here in front of you. Beta, a country recovering from a civil war is aiming to rebuild trust between different ethnic groups. Now, what is the most beneficial thing? Okay, pay attention, answer it faster. Yeah, ma'am, 3 mark. Yeah, I know this. Best of luck for SST exam, guys. Bye to everyone. Khushbu, where are you going? Don't want to study? Okay, according to you, B is the correct answer. So how they can solve the problem? Like there is a country, civil war was going on, but now I can improve the situation, create opportunities for dialogue and the war, reconciliation between the groups. Correct. Okay, this is live class, bacha. This is live class. Next, let us move to the last and the most important topic of this chapter, that is forms of power sharing in modern democracy. And this question come for how many marks? 5 marks. How many marks? 5 marks. So there are 4 forms of power sharing. How many forms? 4. Revise it. The first one is power is shared among different organs of government. What happened? We have a body. In this body, the work of every organ is different. Similarly, we have a government in which we have to divide the work. What if we give every work to a single body? What will happen? The body is working, making law, checking the law also. The blunder will happen. So to make that balance, power is shared between different organs of the government, and these organs are legislative, executive, judiciary. Legislature makes the law, executive execute the law, judiciary checks the law that are they working according to the constitution or not, right? This is going in a single level of government. That means in the central government we have all these 3 bodies to work. And hence this type of arrangement is known as, pay attention, horizontal sharing of power. Horizontal sharing of power. Right? One more thing that's very important, okay, that's very important, that is, it is based upon the system of checks and balances. It is based upon the system of checks and balances. Acha, who is going to tell me that what is checks and balances? I am Tamilian, but your channel is teaching in English. Thank you so much, and I can understand easily, ma'am. Welcome for this, bacha. Thank you for telling us this, that you guys are liking the session. In this channel, I am seeing 2 live classes are going. Yes, Ashima. Actually, this one is live, but okay. One organ checks the other. Correct, exactly correct. Like if I talk about law-making body, that is legislature. Legislature makes the law. Right? Now judiciary will see that. Acha, it is not according to the constitution. You have to take back this law or make this law unconstitutional. The judiciary will declare the law as unconstitutional, invalid and void. So there is a separate check and balances between all these organs. Next is among different levels of government. Next is among what, beta? Among different levels of government. So by we have a central government at the top, right? Now every country is divided in a way that it have administrative system. A complete country, then states. In the states there are districts. In the district there is a block, then villages, etc. At all the levels we need government to look, because like if we see the school, there is a principal, the teachers, the counselor, and everyone have their own work at different levels. Similarly, the central government jurisdiction is entire country. Then we have a state government whose jurisdiction is the state. And then there is a local government that looks upon the panchayats and municipalities, that mean urban and rural areas in the districts. Right? And this is known as vertical form of power sharing, as power is being shared from top to bottom. Right? This is known as what? Vertical sharing of power. Get it? The third one is among different social groups. Now, what is this crazy thing? What happened in a country, there are different types of people. There are so many social groups. Some people who speaks the language Marathi, some people who speaks the language Dutch. There are some people who are weaker section of the society, like communities, SC and ST, etc., etc. Now, everyone's condition is different, so we have to share the power with everyone, like it is done in the community government of Belgium. So, it accommodates social diversities. This is here. The best example of the social group is community government in Belgium. So, the power is shared between different communities. What are these communities? Social groups. Okay? And the fourth is among different political parties, pressure groups and movement. What is this, bhai? Everything we have to see. So, my dear students, in a democratic country, in a multi-party system or two-party system, there are so many parties, political parties, each have their own role. Like there is a ruling party, there is an opposition party, and everyone is doing what? Sharing of their work, their power. But what happens if none of them get majority votes? Then they come together, share the power, becomes the coalition government. Right? When we talk about if something is done by the government or something has to be done by the government, there are groups who are pressurizing government that this is our demand, do it, pressure groups. Right? If government makes a law, for an example, government makes a law for the farmers, that farmer groups do not like it, they will start a movement against the government. What is going on? Power sharing is done. Okay, give me a thumbs up if this slide is clear to everyone. What we were starting, we started with forms of power sharing in different modern democracies, among different organs, levels, social groups, political parties, everyone. Done? Very good. The end official, Divyanshu gives me a thumbs up. Very good. Fine. Thank you, beta. Thank you for telling this. Thank you for giving me a thumbs up. And to the students who have not yet liked the session, go like the session right now, subscribe also. By the way, we are going to celebrate it also in live session, that we recently completed 10,000 subscriber on the channel. So thank you all the students who are being the part of our journey, and we are being the part of your journey. So it's great that we crossed 10k subscriber. I think let's complete your SST exam preparation. On 7th of March we will be celebrating this with a live session, and I invite all of you. Yeah, we will cut the cake on 7th of March. So I invite every one of you to come there, and the whole team will be there. We will celebrate it, okay? Come on. So this is the last topic, that's form of modern democracies, and I added this with certain practice questions here, right? Okay, so here are the practice questions you need to do. We will see. So the first one is, explain the following terms majoritarian. How you will explain the term majoritarian if it comes for 2 marks? The majoritarianism means when the majority community wants that, only and only the majority community rules the nation. Okay, get it? The next is power sharing. So we know that what is power sharing? When power is shared among different levels or forms of government, right? It's not concentrated in one single authority, rather it's shared. What is civil war? A civil war is a war within the city, within a country, among the citizens of the same nation, right? Exactly correct. Yeah, it is a belief. Very good. Seema Yadav gave me correct definition that majoritarian refers to belief that majority community should be able to rule a country in any way it wants or any way possible. Get it? Very good. Describe the way in which power was shared among different social groups in Belgium. Here they are asking about accommodation. Okay, sorry, they are asking only about different social groups, na? Yeah, they are asking about accommodation, complete accommodation we can write in this question. Do not get confused. Okay, straightforward question here is, they explain the prudential reasons of power sharing. Now you guys can write it. Then we have explained the moral reasons of power sharing. Yes. Why power sharing is required? This is a very good question. What are different ways of power sharing among different political parties, pressure groups and movement? But now what happens now? When it comes from entire like forms of modern democracy, then you are able to write. But if it comes separately, then there is a lack of what? Lack of content. Do not get confused. Read the paragraph once again. How power is shared among different political parties. You can give the example of coalition government. Power shared between different pressure groups. Give the examples of how they pressurize the government. And whenever it's about movement, gives the example that farmer movement, etc. goes on in a nation. Get it? Okay. It is good because it reduces conflict. Yes. So what is the difference between arrangement done by Sri Lankan and the Belgium government? A very, very good question. So beta, what we have seen in this chapter, one was Sri Lanka, okay, and the other one was Belgium. A very good NCERT question is there in your book. They tell that what is one similarity, okay, what is one similarity and what are the differences, what are the differences between the type of government in Sri Lanka as well as in Belgium holds. So one similarity in Belgium and Sri Lanka was that both are democracies. Pay attention, both are democracies. Yes, both are democratic countries. But what is a difference between them? They followed which policy? They followed majoritarian measures. Okay, majoritarian measures, and this accommodated, right? They accommodated their social diversity. What if only and only a 5-marker question comes from the same topic, writing about that, write the difference between the country Sri Lanka and Belgium and their administrative condition. what we can do that Sri Lanka is an Asian country, got independent in the year 1948 from Europeans. Right? Here Belgium is an European country that got independent in the year 1930 from Netherlands. First point can be done now. Okay, then second point, write about the ethnic composition, that this is the ethnic composition and these are in majority, these are in minority. Okay, then we can write the third point as that this Sri Lanka country adopted the majoritarian policy, and they followed accommodation. They followed what? Accommodation. Right, get it? Now if we move further, then we can end the answer with the result that what happened in Sri Lanka, civil war happened, and however here the civil war ended, the civil crisis ended. Get it? Hi ma'am Abhinaya, I am Abhinaya. Abhinaya, okay, good name. Welcome beta, welcome on the platform. Diksha Vedantu. Today's target is to complete our civics preparation for your SST exam on 7th of March. Okay, so we are done with this chapter. I hope everything is clear to all the students out here. Hi Nitya, how are you? Okay, now moving to the second chapter. Any doubts from power sharing? Can we proceed to the second chapter, bacha? Hi Uma, how are you? Okay, no doubts. Fine. So students, now in the power sharing, we saw one thing, that power is shared among different levels of government, right? And that condition is vertical power sharing. That is what beta? That's vertical form of power sharing. But there are certain countries who do not do that. Okay? So the countries which do not share their powers at the level of government, rather keep it centralized, that type of government is known as unitary form of government. But the countries who share their power among different levels of government, that countries are known as federal form of government. They are known as what? Federal form of government. Get it? Okay, now a question can come for 5 marks or 3 marks, that write the difference between unitary form of government or in federal form of government. So what happens in the unitary form of government? Either only one level exists, that means only one government will be there in the country, or if there are certain subunits, but the subunits work according to the central government, or they are subordinate to the central government, like the situation of Belgium was there prior to the sharing of power, right? However, in the power sharing, federalism, what is federalism? It is the system of government in which power is shared. Pay attention, I'll tell you that this is central government and there are so many constituent units. When all the power lies with the hand of central government, okay, then it is unitary form of government. But when this central government share its power with its constituent units, then this is known as federalism. Then this is known as what, beta? Federalism. Right? In unitary form of government, central government passes all the laws and the provincial government has to follow it. However, in the federalism, it does not exist. Right? Here, the state government do not have any power of its own. However, here the state government have the power of its own. Right? What is the best example for unitary government? China, Pakistan, United Kingdom, Japan, Saudi Arabia. But what are the best example for federalism? It is USA, Canada, Brazil, Russia and India. Okay, pay attention to the examples. They can ask an MCQ based question that explain. right? So which countries are unitary countries? China, central government is more powerful. Pakistan, even government is not powerful. UK, we know that they have the power into the hands of, like, they are not federal. UK is unitary and USA is federal country. USA is the first democratic country that provided a very ideal, what I can say, ideal federal structure to the world. Get it, beta? And here we started the chapter Federalism. Let us have a question first and then we'll move to next one. Class will go till 8:30, I guess. Okay, ma'am. Ma'am, I followed your WhatsApp channel also. Thank you, Bhavni. Is England monarchy? Now England is constitutional monarchy, beta. Yes, monarchy exists, but constitutional monarchy. The monarch works according to the constitution and the representative government. Okay? And we are republic. India is a republic nation. I hope you guys know the difference between republic and monarchy. Okay, very good. Fine. Answer to this question, beta. The Indian constitution protect the marginalized in the country in several different ways. How is this practiced? Through federalism. Okay, marginalized, like we have a copy. Okay, we have a copy, there is a margin separately where we write the question numbers. So similarly in the society, there are few people whose population is less, they are being marginalized. Either their population is less or they belong to a caste system which is lower or their religion is different. Anything can be their reason for marginalization. Right? So states with religious minorities have different criminal laws. Now they are asking you, how do we deal with this marginalized people? Do we make different criminal laws for them? No. Some states with indigenous population has special power. This seems to be correct, but let us read others. State with a majority tribal population have guaranteed urban living space for tribal by no luxury to anyone. States with majority of people belonging to backward caste come directly under central government? No. So yes, you guys are very much correct. B is the correct option to this question. How, ma'am? Because how many states are there in India and how many union territories are there in India? Tell me. Fast, quick, in the chat box right now. Yes, everyone, B is the correct answer. But tell me fast, how many states and UTs are there in India? Let me check who is correct. Oh, sorry, Mahu MP. Who is from Mahu MP? 28 states, fine. And UTs? How many UTs? Hi, Spidey Black, how are you? 8 UTs, correct. Correct. 28 states and 8 UTs. Why I am talking about this? Beta, this division itself tell us that how, why was the reason to make UTs? So there are certain geographical, strategic means to make it. But in that state also, like if you remember, Jammu Kashmir was a special state and however the status was given to it, which is not now given, right? But other than that, there are certain states, okay, because of their people, the tribal people might be there or anything might be there, they are given certain special status. Assam, Mizoram, Tripura, Meghalaya, these are the states. So why do we give it? So that these marginalized people can be brought together, but with keeping their interest safe. Okay, this is the reason. So here are the features. Students, a for sure 5-marker question from this chapter is, what are the features of federalism? What are the features of federalism? By this is a story we have to understand, right? Features of what? Federalism. First question, a 2-marker question, what is federalism? Federalism is a system of government in which power is shared between central government and the constituent unit. Done? Second question here is, what are the features of government, right? What are the features of federalism? Sorry. So, the first feature of federalism will be, there are 2 or more than 2 levels of government. right? There are two or more than two levels of government, and these levels are also known as tiers of government. So there are more than two or two tiers of government. Do you know that these tiers have different jurisdiction? They govern the same citizen. Like I recently in Karnataka, the government, if government makes the law, it will be applicable to me. The Karnataka government I mean here. Okay, if the central government makes the law, applicable to me. So both these government are governing the same citizen, but what is different? Their jurisdiction. Right? What do you mean by jurisdiction? Like the state government of Karnataka will make the law only for this state government. Getting my point? The local body or Nagar Nigam of Bangalore will make law for only for Bangalore. So there is a jurisdiction, work area. What is the work and the area? Right? Like if I talk about Nagar Nigam of Bangalore, it can make law regarding the sewage, but it cannot make law regarding the police, because that comes under the state government. So they have different jurisdiction in the matters of legislation, taxation and administration. Where this jurisdiction is given, right? So it is listed in the constitution. Can we change it? No, it cannot be unilaterally changed by one level of government. Okay, it cannot be changed by on a single level of government. Okay, but what if there is fight between different level of government? Who is going to interpret what is written in the constitution? So the highest court is going to interpret what is given in the constitution. Right? How are they going to work, ma'am? Where is the paisa come from? So the money will come because sources of revenue of each of government are clearly specified in the constitution, which gives them financial autonomy. Okay, which gives them what? Financial autonomy. Get it? Clear to everyone? Okay, great. So these are the features of federalism. If I talk about two objectives of federalism, is first one to accommodate regional diversity, and the second one is to establish unity in the nation. These are the two objectives. Question can come, what are the two objectives? Please read that, do not forget it. And the next is very, very important, two routes through which federalism can be formed. Students, what is the next question? Two routes through which federalism can be formed. From here, tricky question comes for MCQs. Okay, so the two routes are coming together federalism, holding together federalism. Coming together federalism, holding together. I'll give you a very good example. There is a party with your friends. Right, there is a party, there is someone's birthday in your friends group and you want to go for the party. You're so active, you prepared like what I am going to wear, etc, etc. You are going there with your own wish, right? Coming together, all your friends are coming together for that party on their own wish. But what if there is one party at your relative house who always asks you about your percentage? Will you go there willingly? No. But your parents will take you there. They will hold you there together. That is holding together. You are going there because you are able to eat good food. The party is little lavish. You will get an envelope of money, so you are thinking let's manage anyhow. Getting my point? So the difference is coming together and holding together. When you come together, when the constituent units of the nation come together by their own will and wish to form a larger unit, holding together when they are holded by giving certain what we can say benefits like that envelope. Right? The best example of coming together of federalism will be USA, United States of America, S for Switzerland, and A for Australia. Holding together, we can write India and Spain. Tell me, is this topic clear to everyone, students? I hope I explained it as good as possible. Who is Tanvi here other than me? Who is from Mahu? Dolly Kaushal. And I am somewhere near to Mahu. From near to Mahu. Yes, ma'am. Okay. Get it. So this is clear. Very good. Very good. Okay, fine. So features of federalism done, objective of federalism done, and then two routes through which federalism can be achieved. This is also done. Now comes the important question, my dear students, that make India, right? What makes India a federal country? Two questions that like literally makes it seems confusing, but it is not. First question is, what make India a federal country? Right? What make India a federal country? The second is how India is federalism is practiced over there. Right? What make India as federal country and how is federalism practiced in India? Both are different. Let us talk about this. Right? Voice is so low. I don't know why you guys are facing this issue, bacha. Ma'am, I attended all the classes and classes were very helpful. Thank you, and deleted also. Ma'am, low voice, low voice. Is it the same issue with everyone else, bacha? It's all right. Luna is saying it's all right. No, ma'am. Then I don't know what issue guys you facing. Check your phone once, refresh it or restart the lecture once again, okay? Leave it, leave the live, then come back again. Thank you, Ashutosh. Thank you, Ashutosh. Thank you for this, for clearing my all concepts and doubts. Welcome, welcome. Okay, coming back to it, finally coming back to what makes India a federal country. By federalism, federalism here means sharing of power, division of powers between level of government, but how you are doing that? You are doing that by sharing the legislative powers. What you are doing? You are sharing the legislative powers. You are sharing the administrative powers. That means the lawmaking ability and the ruling ability of the government. Right? How they did it? With the help of these lists. Okay? With the help of these lists. So, my dear students, in the 8th schedule of Indian Constitution, these lists are given, and in this list, what does it talks about? So, the first list is union list, for sure. Who will make the law in the union list? Now, what is this list? This is the list of subjects, topics that by reg. See, there is a foreign affair you have to manage. Right? There is an issue currency you have to manage. In India, we have to work upon transport you have to manage. So, all these subjects are written, then divided that in this subject, central government will make the law because it is a subject of national importance. So, this union list contains the subjects of national importance like defense of the country, foreign affairs of the country, banking and communication and currency. Get it? Who makes the law? Union government can alone makes the law. Let us move to the second list, that is state list. Okay? So, state list contains the subjects of the state. Right? Like police, we never say Indian police. We say police of Karnataka, MP police, UP police, Punjab police. Why? Because it is not a common subject. But we never say MP army. We say Indian army. Because here defense is the subject of the nation and police is the subject of the state. Agriculture, every state have different agriculture because of the monsoonal difference in India. Right? Monsoonal type of climate in India. So here the state subjects are there like police, trade, commerce, agriculture and irrigation. Bacha, these subjects are needed to be mugged up in the mind because MCQ come and make you confuse. Right? So police, trade because every state, like when we export goods from one state to another, do they apply custom duty? Yeah. The petrol prices is not same throughout the states of India. Why? Because trade is a different subject. Agriculture is a state subject. Irrigation is a state subject. Get it? So who makes the law? State government makes the law. Now comes the third point. There are certain issues in the nation which are common for both the government, central as well as the state. Now what to do? Let's make a common list known as concurrent list. Let's make what? Concurrent list. Subjects which are of common interest in which both union and state government can make the law, like education. See, I'll give you a best example. If we put education under the central government, everyone has to follow that common agenda. And there will be clashes because there are Kannada people speaking, Tamil speaking people, Marathi speaking people, so different curriculum needs to be there. But if we give entirely to the state, then there will also be a problem. There will be no commonality. So we added that, we listed it in the concurrent list. We, I mean constitutional makers, not me. Okay, so it is listed here. Forest is also there. Trade unions, pay attention, there is a big difference between trade and trade unions. By trade is a state subject, petrol price, remember that. Trade union is a concurrent subject. Okay, and marriage, adoption, succession is also there. Who makes the law? Both union and state government here makes the law. Both union and state government makes the law. Now let us move to what are those subjects who are not listed anywhere, ma'am, because IT communication was not there when the constitution was made. We made another list for it, that is residuary subjects, right? In residuary subject, who makes the law, beta? The union government. Why? Because India is a quasi-federal country with more power given to, tell me, to whom? More power given to central government. So who makes the law in the central government? That is union government. Ma'am, I completed the full portion, even civics, what can I do now to score center? Go and sleep, relax. Beta, no. You feel that you completed, revise it again. Revise it again. See all that important dates, all that important boxes in the NCERT, because sometimes we miss that thing, right? So if you feel that, go through NCERT, see all those boxes. Acha, let me tell you a story, beta. Let me tell you a story. In the starting, we studied that there are either it is unitary country or a country is a federal country, right? But India has not written anywhere that we are a federal country. But we do power sharing on vertical lines, right? There is central government, state government or local government. But that means India is a federal country. But Article 1 of Indian Constitution, pay attention. Article 1 of Indian Constitution says that India, that is Bharat, shall be union of states. Shall be union of states. Why we are not calling it federal of states, but America is doing it? Why we are not following this? Because, my dear students, union of states, that means our government should be unitary, all the powers in central government, but we are not following that. By this federalism, okay, federalism means dividing of power among states, autonomy given to them, like they can work according to their will and wish, etc., etc., right? So they have one more right here, that is right to secede away. Right to secede away. That means if they want to separate from the unitary, coming together, holding together, if they came together on their own will, they can even go on their own will. Getting my point? Right? So the states of USA came on their own will to form the United States of America. They can leave that union if they want, but if this choice would be given in India, Maharashtra would be a different country, Karnataka would be a different country, Tamil will be a different country, isn't it? Hence we could not give that. So we have not written anywhere in the Indian Constitution that we are a federal country. Rather, this type of structure is known as quasi-federal. However, the quasi-federal word is also not written. We wrote what? Unitary. So the union country with federal features is India. Get it? Tell me, give me a thumbs up if everything is quite crystal clear in your mind. But this concept was very important. Good evening to everyone out here. Good evening and welcome, bacha. Okay, so yep, very good, very good. Acha, one more thing I have to tell you here, beta. One more thing is that now pay attention to it. What happened? The system is given, but is every state in India enjoying same rights? You might be thinking, yes, ma'am, we do not give any preference to anyone. But in the seeing the circumstances, we made states and UTs like strategic importance, Andaman and Nicobar, Daman and Diu, right? Political importance, Delhi, Chandigarh. So we made UTs out of it, states and UTs. But in some of the states, certain special status has been given according to their diversity, right? That's Assam, Mizoram, Nagaland. So that is also the part of this federal structure. Remember this point. Now coming to the next question, but before that, there is a question for you, practice question for you. Come on, let's solve it. Assertion is the creation of union territory in India reflects a decentralized approach to government. Is it? Second is union territories lack the power of state and are directly controlled by the central government. Tell me the correct answer to this question. Ma'am, India is a federal country, right? But yes, India is a federal country, but it is not written in the constitution. Hemant, I just saw your comment. It's very bad. So, beta, pay attention, you guys are a little wrong in this, I guess. The creation of union territories in India, does it reflect a decentralized approach? Are you sure? Are you sure? UTs, what are union territories? Union word is there, union, that means it is centralized approach, because they don't, the government formed in UTs are basically working according to the central government. They are, who is taking the power of it? Central government. So this statement is wrong. UTs lack the power of state and are directly controlled by the central government. This is correct. So A is false, but R is true. D is the correct answer. Anyone who gave D as the correct answer today? India is a quasi-federal country. Yes, Manoj. Sure. Fine. Next is, how is federalism practiced in India? Okay. So here three approach we have to see. How is federalism practiced in India? Students, now what happened? India became independent 1947 and Britishers left India. As we were ruled by Britishers for more than over 200 years, some of the, like what we can say, we accepted some of the provisions or some of the system of government of the Britishers. But the constitution was made in a way that we picked up all the good elements from the different constitution of the world. But somewhere it will reflect the British administrative system in Indian governance too. However, when Britishers left India, the first task, because what happened when Britishers were there in India, there were two types of administrative units. Two types of administrative units. What is the full name of India? So there are two types of administrative unit: British states or British territories, or princely states. Okay, British territories where there was direct control of the British government. Get it, beta? And the next, where there was indirect. Now when they left India, the first task was to reframe the nation. reframe the nation that way, that we have to divide India into what? We have to divide India into states. Now, when the constitution makers were sitting and discussing about what to do, what not to do, some people said that, okay, let us do one thing. There is a linguistic diversity in the nation, right? Let's make the states on the basis of language. And everyone there was like, oh my God, we can't do that. If we did this, everyone will not be united, rather it will be a disunity in the nation. Maratha people will not consider themselves as Indian further. Tamil people will say that we are Tamilians, not Indians, right? It will create a sense of disunity if the language is there. Because you are dividing the states on the basis of language, making them feel that you guys are different. Getting the point? But now the major task, then what we will do? Some said that let's do it on the basis of administration, let's make the border on the basis of geography, many more discussions going on. But here comes the twist. And what was the twist? One leader said on hunger strike in Andhra Pradesh, right? He said on hunger strike for long days, and finally the government has to accept that demand. And in 1953 Andhra Pradesh became the first state to be recognized on the basis of language. Okay, on the basis of language. Again in 1956, beta, the State Reorganization Commission, and commission was made to do the work. Reorganization Commission presented its report. In this commission, 14 states were made and 6 UTs were made. Okay, in that some of the states were made on the basis of language and some on the basis of administration. Ma'am, is it mentioned in preamble of what is mentioned? What? Tell me what that it means. How can I understand your feelings from here, beta? Right? Get it? So this is the situation of it. The next task in front of our government was language policy. Okay, the next task in front of our government was language policy. Why? Because India is a multilinguistic nation. India is what? Multilinguistic nation, where multiple languages are being spoken in the nation. And this was a task. What to make? Like, do we have a national language? No. It was decided, at least we will not make a national language, but what to do? Let us make official language, because work will be done on the basis of this language only. So it was decided to do a census, right? When language, according to census, let's see which language is being spoken in majority in the nation. Do you know, it is crazy response that only 40% of the people of India, citizens in India, speaks the language Hindi. Now again the point came that if we make Hindi the official language, the South Indian people and the Northeastern people who are not well versed in Hindi will raise their voices. And there is no other common language in the nation which can be made our official language. Hence, we chose that there is one language at least, right? Because that is the one common thing in India, that we all faced Britishers, right? So, Hindi plus English both was made as the official language. However, it was said that it will be like English will be continued for 15 years and meanwhile we'll focus on the promotion of Hindi. But we guys know that what are the issues with the language? Not yet done. Okay, and it will not be done. It is not a popular solution. Okay, now coming to the next one, that is center-state relations, bacha. Third part of this, how federalism is practiced. So center and state, this is federalism, and the relation between them is a important thing. So till 1990s, okay, till 1990s the situation was good. Why? Because one dominant political party was there in the country, no issues. But full name of India is mentioned. No, not mentioned. Not mentioned, Tejas. We the people of India solemnly resolve to constitute India into a democratic social republic. Where is it is written? I know the entire preamble, don't worry, nowhere it is written, right? So 1990s, what happened after 1990s? There was rise of regional political parties which led to the culture of coalition government. So it entirely changed the relation between center and state. But one more thing, whenever there was rise of regional parties, coalition government will be formed. Coalition government will be dependent on that coalition. It will work for that regions because regional parties supported them. Okay, no full name is not mentioned in the preamble. Get it, beta? Give me a thumbs up if this one is also clear to all the students out here. So what we studied in this chapter, we started with federalism, definition of it. Then we went to next topic, that is features of federalism, then how India is a federal country, and at last how federalism is practiced in India. Yeah, I'm getting your thumbs up. Ma'am, a small suggestion for your explanation, you can become an IAS officer. Pavni, I tried to become, but I did not succeed. That is the reason I'm teaching you right now, but I am happy teaching, no worries. But still I can try. I'll try. Thank you. India is mentioned there. India. We the people of India. Okay. However, in Article 1 of Constitution, it is written India, that is Bharat, shall be the union of states. Okay. Clear? India is written in the preamble. Get it? Okay. Consider the statements given below and choose the correct answer. Okay. Fine. I didn't understand the center-state relation. Center-state relation, beta. There should be a cordial relation. How is the situation of center-state relation? Because what is the scenario? So previously, when Indian National Congress was there, like if we talk about Indian National Congress, it was the political party that maintained power in the country, like that gave us freedom. So the power was in the hands of Indian National Congress for a longer period of time. It was dominating. But in 1990s, what happened? There was rise of regional parties. So no single party was able to, there was rise of regional parties. That means votes are being diverted. When votes are being diverted, no single party can get the majority votes. Now what happened? Coalition happened. So this is center-state relations. That's it. Okay, now answer this question. Consider the statement given below and choose the correct answer. Statements are: Statement 1, the creation of linguistic states was the first and the major test for democratic politics in our country. Is it correct? Second is, in 1947, the boundaries of several old states of India were changed in order to create new states. What do you think? See, both the statements are correct. This is also correct. This is also correct. But reason, there is no reason as such. Sorry. Okay. It is not assertion, reason. The creation of linguistic states was first correct. 1947, the boundaries of several states. Not in 1947. Who said B? B is, statement 1 is very much correct. See, statement 1 is very much correct. Okay, so 1 is correct, 1 and 2 are correct, 1 and 2 are incorrect. Beta, 1947, yes, a temporary, and what we can say, temporary arrangement was done, but the permanent arrangement was done in 1956. So both 1 and 2 are correct here. Both statement 1 and 2 clear. Tell me if it is not clear, I will explain again. Go fast, ma'am. Okay, going fast, by. Okay, next. Next is about last topic of this chapter, that is decentralization in India. Beta, decentralization is an important topic and an important thing in the Constitution of India. We can say this is a revolution in the Constitution of India that happened in 1992. Okay, 1992. Two acts were passed and created an amendment in the Constitution that is referred as 73rd and 74th Constitution Amendment Act. 73rd and 74th Constitution Amendment Act in India, right? Beta, see, now the question is, first, what is decentralization? Centralization means giving power at the center. What is decentralization? Dividing that power from the center to the states. So what is decentralization? Taking the power from center and state and giving to local bodies. This is known as decentralization, right? First we will talk about what are the benefits of it. Then we will talk about what are the needs of decentralization, right? So first thing is that by local problems, for an example, there is a street light in your area that get affected, you can go to the state government for such small issues. Rather at the local area there should be a government to sort it out, because previously there were two levels of government, center and state. For that local issues, who can solve it nicely? Local people. Local people. So the local problems best solved at local levels. People know their local issues nicely. It can help in the self-governance format that Gandhiji was talking about. Let's make a structure of government in a way that we are doing what? Self-ruling ourselves. It can increase the participation of people in the politics, people to be elected, right? More number of people in the government. So these are the benefits. What was the need? But it cannot be managed to control the entire nation by only two levels of government, that is center and states. Indian states are very large. They are not smaller states. They are so large, like Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh. See, big states, multi-diverse. So power sharing is necessary up till the grassroots level, okay? That is local government, panchayats plus municipalities. Get it? Now what is done? What are the steps taken in 1992? Important question, one of the most important question. Okay, beta, what are the steps taken in 1922? Constitutional, mandatory to hold election. First of all, local self-government, that is panchayats and municipality, was made the constitutional body, making elections to it mandatory. After every 5 years there will be elections. Seats are reserved for SC, ST and OBC. 1/3 seats are reserved for women. For the election, a separate body is made, that is election commission, state election commission. Right? And power and revenue will be shared between the government. The sources of the revenue are listed in the constitution. These are basically the what? Things. Get it, beta? Along with that, one more thing I need to tell you. When we were studying language policy, I just told you that Hindi and English are the official language, but in the schedule of Indian Constitution, one more thing is there, list of languages that are referred as scheduled language. How many scheduled languages are there in India? 22. And if there is Hindi plus how many languages? 21. So there are 22 languages. Question comes in an MCQ in 2024 that which of the following is not a scheduled language. So how you can answer that? Only when you read this list once. So go for it, read the list once today itself. There are certain questions, right? Picture-based questions from this chapter particularly. However, we will be solving some questions on pictures tomorrow, but still, let's practice this. Tell me the correct answer. See this picture, power, states, etc. This is a cartoon title, State Pleads More Power. Answer the following question with respect to it. When Sunil looked at this cartoon, he said that, 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 tell me. Why did he say that? That this situation will not be in USA which exists in India. Why? Option A. There are more individual states in USA than in India. Not at all correct, bhai. Central government holds absolute authority over the entire nation. No, their unitary government does not exist. See, the individual states in USA can make their own laws, that is unlike in India. We can think about it. The central government in USA does not hold more power than the individual states. No, C is the, or what we can say, yes, it does not follow more powers, rather there are equal powers between the center and the state. So D is the correct answer. Do not judge by when I stop that, okay, this can be. It does not hold more power, it holds equal power. Get it? Good. Good. Last topic, I just told you beta about the local self-government, right? I'll explain it in detail. So there are two types of local self-government, one in rural areas and the other in urban areas. In the rural areas, they are known as, the government in the rural area is known as panchayat. Panchayat. In the urban area, it is known as municipality. Okay, municipality. Pay attention, this is local self-government below state, in districts, blocks, villages, etc. So if we see, the lowest level of government in India is Gram Panchayat at the village level. So what happens now? Consider this as a country. In this country, it is divided into states. These are the states, 4 states. In this states are divided into districts. These are districts. In these districts are divided into blocks. And blocks are further consisting of villages. So whenever there is a single village, the government is Gram Panchayat. Whenever there is a group of village to administer it, it becomes block. That means block or Mandal Panchayat, right? These blocks come together and form Jila, that is district, and it consists of Jila Panchayat, district Panchayat. But this is in rural area. The same structure we will see in urban area. Okay, whenever we see a small urban area, right? Urban it is, but the population is less. There will be municipal council. But an area that is a transition becoming to big city, municipality, Nagar Palika, okay, in Hindi. And then municipal corporation, that is Nagar Nigam, like if we see in Bangalore, Indore, Bhopal, big cities. Okay, clear? So these are certain achievements. This is a good decision. And these are the challenges too. There are challenges. We have done local distribution, but still there are challenges, like Gram Sabha do not hold regular elections. There are no buildings for Gram Sabha. It does not exist actually, right? States do not have enough power. Resources are not there. Ma'am, next year this channel will be there. It will be there. Pavni, we are not going to stop it. You can suggest it. Okay, so that's it from the entire chapter. This was it. And here are some practice questions from the same chapter listed here. Okay, students, right? Clear? So we completed how many chapters from Civics? 2. Both hold a good weightage in your examination, particularly this Federalism one, because I know power sharing is easy and you guys can do that. Now 3 chapters are remaining: gender, religion, caste, political parties and outcomes of democracy. They are easy one. We will do that just after 10 minutes break. Okay, my dear students, you can use this 10 minutes break to get power packed again, and we will meet at 6:45. Okay guys? Okay students, so we are back. I hope you guys are also here. Hello Tushar, hello to everyone. Fine, welcome back bacha. Now let's proceed. We completed 2 chapters, that's power sharing and federalism. Now moving to gender, religion and caste. In this particular chapter, you have to deal 3 sections. First is gender, then is religion, then is about caste. Okay, all these 3 are very important. Easy chapter it is conceptual chapters and we have to revise it all. So we know that there was sexual division of labor in India. The public and the private life of the people depends upon what gender they belong to, right? We are very much aware about the patriarchal system that existed in India that said that the women will stay home and deals with the home course. However, the male will go out and earn the money. We know about all that thing. Women were not allowed to study. Even the birth of the girl child was not appreciated in a family, etc., which led to the movement demanding for the rights for women, and that are known as feminist movement. But there is a big difference between these understanding of feminist movement. Why? Feminism or feminist movement means demanding for equal rights for both, equal rights among men and women. Okay, getting my point over here? So let's talk about their political expression and their mobilization. Basically, the important question, okay, you can also see this picture, like there is a perception in the minds of people that if you are watching a TV serial, what do you prefer? That okay, the ideal wife and all that, Anupama and all, what the people think that, oh, she is Anupama, she can't marry like this, etc., etc. The stories are there, na? So ideal wife should look like this. For a boss, an ideal employee should do multiple work, quick work. For a fashion designer, the ideal beauty should be there in the face of the person, and many more. Like for individual, for in-laws, the daughter-in-law should be perfect. These are certain expectations from the society, from the women. So this was the scenario for years, which led to differences among men and women in the society. But the question comes, in what ways? Pay attention, beta. In what ways women are being felt disadvantaged or they are treated, discriminated in the Indian society? The first we will talk about literacy rate. Yes, still people say that now in the class there are more girls, even more than boys, etc., etc. But the situation in the past was different, because this is a clear-cut proof that if 76% of the men are illiterate, then 50% of the women are only literate. So there is a gap between the same 76% and 54%. Along with that, the second thing is low paid work. The women work, if you see women in any of the sector, Bollywood, we have seen the Kareena Kapoor talking about that I will work in the movie where I get equal paisa with the hero. But it not only in Bollywood, every sphere, the proportion of the women among high paid and valued work is relatively low. The same situation is in the sex ratio, that the male child, boy child was preferred over women. Like India is an agriculture society and they were thought that it will add 2 more hands in the farming activity, but now the situation is changed. But still, the sex ratio is 919 girls over 1000 boys. And do you know, when you will see that map given in your book, there are so many states where it is even less than 180, the pathetic situation that is. Punjab, Haryana, Western UP, you'll see that situation, right? Domestic violence, I don't want to talk about it, everyone know about it. And the last is about political representation. This is an important thing, beta. If we look at the political representation, it is very, very low. Exactly, there are only 14.36% women in the Parliament of India. That's quite a bad number. And only 5% women in the State Legislative Assembly. More pathetic number. Okay, get it? But is the Is the condition of the woman increased? Yes. Is it somewhere anything done to improve the situation of the women? Yes. Some points are given in NCERT and we will write only about the points in NCERT. Ma'am, I'm your big fan from Kerala. Hi beta, thank you, thank you. Right? So provision to increase women participation in the politics, these are the provisions. Right? The provisions are like in a panchayat, 1/3 seats are reserved for women's. Panchayats and municipality, local self-governing bodies, we saw that 1/3 seats are reserved for women. That's a good initiative. So because of this thing, more than 10 lakh women are now representatives in the rural and urban local bodies. Good thing, right? Next is in 2023, that's very important, bacha. In 2023, one more bill has been passed, that is Nari Shakti Vandan Adhiniyam, Women Reservation Act of 2023, which says that 33% of the reservation of the seats will be provided in Lok Sabha and state legislative assemblies, and in UTs to Delhi Assembly also. Why? To increase the political participation of women. Is it not yet applied? No, it will be applied in the next upcoming election because census is not completed up till now. So government is waiting for government is intentionally not doing it, but we are waiting for the census to implement this policy. Get it? See the map, this is the difference of sex ratio in the different states of India, and here is the political participation of women in different democratic countries, where you can say that America 29.5%, Europe 26.4%, Nordic countries 42.3%, Sahara, Sub-Sahara African countries, even African countries performing better than us, that's 23.7%. Asia, it's merely 19.8%, and in India, it is 11.8% of women in the politics. Bad number. Really a bad number. Get it? So this was about gender. Observe the picture and note certain things. You can write the answer. This is not an MCQ type of question. This is a practice type of question. Let us see. You can see this picture I just explained to you. These are the different percentage of participation of women's. So how prevalent is women reservation in national parliaments globally? We can see it's very low. How does women representation in national parliament compare among different regions? You can compare it. What impact does increased women participation have on national parliament and government? By if there should be a law made for women, men are making it. How crazy it is. So that women participation will help to implement laws for women. Get it? Give me a thumbs up if this gender part is clear to everyone, so that we can move to the next one, that is religion. Religion, and the last will be caste. Gender, religion and caste. I like the name of this chapter, only the name, okay? Okay, great, great. India ka aage nahi chalega. Match talks here. Which match is going on? Don't judge me that I don't even know which match is going on, because I really don't know. Semi-final, is it? Bhai, I am so dumb in match and all. Okay, coming to the section that I am good in, no match. So, religion, that is religion, communalism and politics. See, now India is a country in which people follow different religion. But everyone who follow the religion, they consider that my religion is superior and the other one is inferior. That comes with a human nature. But this terminology to this is known as communalism. What is communalism? The feeling within an individual when they think that their religion is superior over all other religion. All other, I mean, right? Get it? That is known as communalism. But When this communalism comes in politics, it is known as communal politics. It is known as what, Pacha? Communal politics. Two type of question will come from this chapter. One, right? One, what are the features of communalism or communal politics? Second, how communalism forms take different forms in politics. Pay attention. What is the feature? So these are the features, right? What are the different forms taken by the communalism in politics? This is the answer, right? So what is the basic idea for this feeling of communalism? Religion is the basic idea. This is very important. Pay attention, beta. Religion is the basic idea of social community, right? The follower of one particular religion must belong to one community. If I follow this religion, I will believe that everyone who follow this religion must belong to the same community and the same thinking too. Get it? The next one is their fundamental interests should also be same. Whatever differences you have, this will be irrelevant. If you are thinking something different, irrelevant, because you belong to this community, you have to think same. That means your interest should be same, right? It follows that people who follow different religion, pay attention. If there are people who follow different religion, their fundamental interest cannot be same, right? They do not belong to same social community. There is no commonalities, and if their commonalities exist, that commonalities are superficial, immaterial, does not exist. Getting the point? How crazy the things are going in the world, right? Beta, how communalism take form in politics? By politics, in politics, religion reflects a lot. It is in our routine that we are being told this. There are religious prejudices, stereotypes of religious communities, that this community does this is bad. This community does that, that's bad. Our community does that, that's very good. I'm just generally talking about it. Don't take about so to yourself, right? Now coming to this, communalism routinely involves religious prejudices, stereotypes, believing that my religion is superior and the other is inferior. Will it take form in politics? Yes, this is taking form, right? Communal mind often leads to quest for political dominance. When you have a communal mind, you will think I should dominate in the what? Politics, and it will lead to conflict later. There will be so much conflict. There will be use of sacred symbols, religious leader, emotional appeals, etc., etc. And later that ugly form can lead to riots, massacre, violence. The result, we know, the partition of India and Pakistan is based upon communal lines only. Get it? Okay. Students who are really messing my chat here, please go. Please go. You can't use these words over here in our live class where we are studying and the class 10 students are there. Chat cleanup mission needs to be started. Yes, exactly. What is this nonsense going on here? If you want to do this nonsense, you can go out of my class. I can't even filter the actual students who really need help or have doubts. No one is free for talk here. Anyone free for talk? Rubbish. Okay, so answer this question. Match list 1 and 2. Match list 1 and 2. Communal politics, gender division, caste influence, politics and societal norms. What do you think is the correct answer to this question? Try to mean it. Try to do this. Try to solve the question. I need the answers fast. Okay, you guys are answering A, someone is answering C. Great. Okay, let's check. Stop spamming. So when I talk about communal politics, okay, so communal it creates division and sometimes conflicts, gender division, caste influenced politics. The question is little tricky, but we will solve it. See, when I talk about communal politics, here it's not there, here it's not there, here it is there. So A goes with C because 2, because it is about religious dominations and divisions. So clearly we can cut the option A as well as B. Now let's talk about gender division. Now gender division is such that it creates divisions and conflict or social expectations and stereotypes. So with the gender, okay. With the gender division, it can, like, it's crazy. Bhai, D goes with 1. Societal norms, that's household chores and child rearing activities are provided to women only, right? Now let's go to C, caste influence politic. It creates division. Gender division is based upon societal expectations and stereotypes. So D is the correct answer, beta. D is the correct answer to this question. It was tricky, but this is how we can solve it. Okay, get it? Fine. Next, let's talk about secular state. What do you think? India is a secular state. Yes, India is a secular state. We just wrote this in our preamble too, right? We wrote this in our preamble too, that India is a secular state. So we know that India has so many religion followed, more than 8 religion that exist in India. Then we saw that there are thinking like communal politics and it reflects, but how to manage them? We are managing it now. Like there are certain countries who are not able to manage them and declare themselves not as a secular state. Right? Now what is secularism? So secularism is a form of government in which no official religion is declared, rather all the religions are being equally followed or welcomed. So yes, India is a secular state because provisions are there in India. There is no official religion. The constitution provides that all individuals and communities have the freedom to profess. Profess, that means a professor. I am teaching you, na? Similarly, to teach the religion to other, to practice it, to propagate it. Propagate it means to spread it. Get it? The constitution prohibits discrimination. There will be no discrimination on the grounds of religion, that you are from that religion, we are not going to give you equal rights. No. However, the constitution allows the state. See, when I talk about secularism, you studied in class 8 that there should be no relation between religion and politics, right? But what happened? There were certain activities in the India in which government intervention was so much needed, without which we could not solve it. So what happened, my dear student? Constitution allowed the government to intervene in the matter which are important, like triple talaq, okay, abolition of untouchability, etc. Get it? So this is what is important from this chapter. Next question is, what is the potential negative consequence of focusing solely on caste identity in politics? Tell me the correct answer to this. Okay, good. Luna, you're correct. Sanjay, Luna, Avelia, many more students who are answering. C is the correct answer. If you focus totally upon caste, then you can't focus on other issues, right? And then we have last and the most important topic of this chapter, that is caste and politics. That is what, beta? Caste and politics, right? So When I talk about caste system, see, gender problem is existing in entire world with every nation. Religious problem is with everyone. But this caste system is quite different in India, right? The caste system means hereditary occupation, Raja ka beta Raja, etc. etc. However, there are certain stereotypes also that the member of same caste group belongs to same community. There should not be marriages between different caste groups, etc. etc. Basically, it is the system based upon exclusion and discrimination. Okay, the system based upon exclusion and discrimination. However, there were certain leaders who fought against it, and because of this, changes occurred in the caste system. Question can come here for 2 marks or 3 marks, that is the caste system same as it used to be? No. What are the changes brought to it? Why? Because of economic development. We earned more, we went out, and we could not found that village system over there, and hence our mentalities change. Large scale urbanization, growth of literacy, occupational mobility had a great role. We moved from that villages for our work. Previously what it would happen, the same caste lived in the same village, the people married there, lived there for the entire time, and we moved, and then we find more ways. Weakening of the position of landlord too. So this is about caste system. Tell me, which of the following is the least likely benefit of caste based politics? Which of the following is least likely benefit of caste based politics? Is it increased political participation by disadvantaged people? Least likely benefit of caste based politics. Greater access to resource and opportunity, reduce social tensions, more representative and inclusive democracy. They are saying that there is somewhere one single benefit, right? But at least small benefit. So, what can be the correct answer to this question? See, reduced social tensions and conflict is not the benefit of caste-based politics. Access to resources and opportunities is also not there. A and D can be an option. Let's talk about A and D. Increased political participation by disadvantaged people, because we have seen that in the time of untouchables, when participation was there, at least they increased their participation. If you remember B.R. Ambedkar and the story, right? If you remember that story, what happened? They were disadvantaged people. The thinking of them that we are different pertain for a long time, and this is how someone spoke about their political participation, right? So A is the correct answer to this question. Next is C. Now we have to study the most important topic of all time. Raise your hands if you guys still get confused between what is caste in politics and what is politics in caste. Raise your voice. You can't raise your voice. No ma'am, yes ma'am, some of them have, some of them do not have any doubts, but okay, great. Hello Shanku, how are you? Yes ma'am, me, Ramu Games, P. Ramu Games. I am seeing your comments from the starting on the channel. Great, you are being the part of it since a long time, and you are replying, commenting on everyone out there who is replying. Actually, it boosts our confidence and interest to teach you students. Who introduced communalism? Jai Hind Tanya, how are you? So now let's talk about caste in politics and politics in caste. Ma'am, deleted portion. See, yes, that deleted portion is real. Beta, that's not fake. So, there is a car. in which a person is sitting. The car drawing is very, very bad. My God. Okay, so there is a car in which a person is sitting and this person is in the car. So what we can say? My God, this is looking really bad. So there is a person who is in the car, right? Who is in the car. So person in the car, caste in politics. But, right? However, the difference does not go as good. I'll tell you. So there is two topics, caste in politics and politics in caste. Pay attention. Caste was there, right? Now, it entered in politics. Basically, elections and everything were going on. Elections and everything were going on. Now, someone got the idea, acha, in this region, in this locality, this caste is higher. Why not we choose a candidate of the same caste, ask him to put the emotional speeches, talk about caste and casteism and growth of that so that they can give vote to that person only. So that is known as what? That is known as caste in politics. When parties choose a candidate, seeing the caste composition from that electorate region to win the elections, to muster the support of the people and ask the votes on the basis of this caste sentiments, this is known as caste in politics. Right? The next one is also, there is a feature that universal adult franchise, one person can give one vote. This compelled the leaders that, my God, we have to gear the support of this caste also. Let's move on the task of mobilizing. Let's ask people to move to our politics, our party. This is known as beta what? Caste in politics. Ma'am, should we read sources and boxes? Yes. If you want 100 on 100, you should read it. If you have time, you should read it. Okay? Ma'am, PYQ question. Yes, Tanya, we have done a lot of PYQ question previously. We are doing in between, I put some of them. Next is politics entered in caste. Caste was there. Now someone is doing politics in the caste only. Like dividing caste into different groups, merging caste to have their dominance in the society. So when each group tries to become bigger, there is a caste, there is small other caste nearby. They thought that let's do politics. What we can do, we can give them certain benefits and ask them to be the part of our single caste so that we can exclude some of other people, we can create dominance over the world. Right? Various caste groups are required to form into coalitions. Like this is the type of coalition. They are asked to make the coalition or not. Okay, when new type of caste system groups, caste groups, there will be certain groups like we are the forward groups, we are more grown, we are more developed. You are the backward group. In the caste, single caste itself, politics are going on, people considering them as backward and forward. No, who said globalization in Indian economy? Not full chapter, Dharan. Only the part of it, only two topics will come. What is globalization? What are the factors affecting globalization? Not the entire chapter. I didn't say this. Okay. Okay, fine. And the chapter is completed. Moving to the next chapter. That's political parties. Okay, you're Pavni. Get it, Pavni. Separate sessions for diagram based questions. Which diagram based questions? Picture based or diagram based? What are diagram based questions? I don't know. Who introduced communalism? How can we say that this is the person who introduced communalism? Okay, can we move to the next chapter, last chapter, that is political parties. Give me a thumbs up if everything is clear. 5-minute break. No break now. 5 diagram, SST, in SST, which diagrams are there? Yes, keywords are super important for writing your exam answers. Yes, beta, super duper important they are. Okay, moving to the last, second chapter of civics, that is political parties. Okay, who is going to tell me the definition of political party? What is a political party? What is a political party? Anyone who is going to give me a quick definition of political party, then I'll explain the complete chapter. What is a political party? Picture based question. CS July. Tomorrow's live we will start with map work. Then we will do picture based questions. Some extra stuffs that I need to tell you, share you. And some important list of dates. Then we will move to the important topics. Get it? The last revision of the entire SST. Visible institutions in democracy. Sachin, this is the definition you are going to write tomorrow. No, Ellen, someone as Ellen is writing, correct? So, what is a political party? It is a group of, it is written here. So, it is a group of, see, after seeing also you are making mistakes. Group of people coming together with an objective to contest for elections and form the government. This is a political party. Yes, very good. To the students who wrote correct, right? What is a political party? When group of people come together actually to contest for elections and form the government later, this is a political party. Okay? Who forms the political party? What are the components of the political party? Bacha, these are the components of political party. By in a political party, how do you recognize BJP? By the leader, na? How do you recognize INC, Indian National Congress? By its leader. So, a first component of a political party is its leader. Okay? The second one is, are there active members? And the last one is the followers. The followers who, when they see the rally, they join their bikes and all that. Right? So there are three components: leader, active members and the followers. Very, very important 5-mark question. By it will come in your exam. You will remember Tanvi ma'am there. 5-mark question. What are the functions of political parties? What are the functions of political parties? So by these are the functions. First function, take it as a story. Why is political party formed? Contest elections. They contested elections, okay. When they contested elections, before contesting election, do they come to their home holding their hands and telling that if you give vote to us, we are going to do this, that in your area, isn't it? Yes, they do. So, political parties contest election, they form the policies and programs. I am talking about that policies which they tell you before elections. They form the second important point, policies and programs. Third important point, beta. Third important point is that what? When they win the elections, they form the government. When they win the elections, what they form? They form the government, right? After government formation, what do? They make the laws. They make the laws. What if they do not get the votes and lose the election? What happened? They form the opposition party. They become what? Opposition. They frame public opinions. Because of that public opinion only, the rights are fulfilled or the laws are made. So, let's see, what are the functions of political parties? To contest the election, right? Provide access to government machinery. They form public opinion, programs and policies, make law, run the government, play the role of opposition. Add this one also. These are the functions of political parties. Answer this question here in front of you. What is the question? C. Arey bhai, everyone is busy in watching the map or what? Match, sorry, na? Right? Match, RCB, India 200 tak. Today's batting is looking top class. Acha, and this is a betting class. Ma'am, your notes is enough, ma'am, please tell. Yes, Shivanandini, notes are really enough. I worked a lot for these notes. I was working for entire month for making these notes. So, these are literally enough. Question is, what role does public participation play in the potential reforms of political parties? Question is, pay attention to it. What does public participation play in potential reforms? It serves as barrier to effective reforms. Okay, it is essential for holding parties accountable and driving meaningful changes. It contributes to the fragmentation? No. It undermines the authority of party leaders? No. It is working as a barrier? No. B is the correct answer to the question. To the students who were telling B, very good. Okay, let's move to type of political parties that exist in the countries. So there are three types of political parties: one party system, two party system, three party system. Clear by its name. In one party system, how many party exist or allowed? One. Which country follow that? China, right? Two party system, who gets the power? The power usually changes between the two major parties. It doesn't mean that more than parties does not exist. They exist, but who holds the power? Only these two parties, USA and UK. Third is multi-party system, that is in India. When there are two or more than two parties who have a fair chance of winning the election. So this is India. Get it, beta? Next is, which party system is better? Right? Beta, next question is, which party system is better? As per my view, the two-party system is better. Because in one party, power will be centralized. In multi-party system, there is lot of confusion, corruption and lot of stuffs. Right? So in my view, two-party system. But why India follow a multi-party system? Because we have geographic, linguistic, ethnic diversity. And this diversity needs to be represented by anyone, and hence we follow multi-party system. Get it? What is coalition government, beta? When several parties join hand to form for the purpose of contesting elections and winning the elections, that is known as coalition. And the government formed by this is known as coalition government. Get it? Very good. Next. Which of the following is not a function of a political party? Tell me the answer. Yes, why India is a multi-party system? Beta, why India choose to be a multi-party system? Because we have diversity, geographical diversity, linguistic, ethnic, etc., etc., cultural diversity, many more. Get it? Answer this question. Which of the following is not a function providing a platform for voters to choose from different policy stances, mobilizing political opinion, selecting candidate for elections and campaigning for their victory, directly enacting and enforcing laws? So which is not the correct option? D is not the correct option. How is C the correct option? How do you think? D is the correct option, beta. Okay? Is it okay? Fine. Did you get this? Because they don't directly make the law. Once they have to form the government, then only. Okay, coalition government, you did not get it. Have you heard about Gathbandhan Sarkar? So what happened, beta? Elections go, and after election we see the result. In that election, whichever party gets the maximum vote in majority, and in majority here I mean 50% plus, the party wins the elections and can form the government. But what happened, like it usually happen in multi-party system, there are so many parties, votes are diverted. What if none of them wins the election, like they win the election naturally, none of them get majority vote? What happened? They will join hands. The small parties will come with the big parties that okay, we will work with you, because they knew that we can never form the government. That is coalition. Like right now, which government is working? It is not BJP Sarkar, it's NDA government, National Democratic Alliance, in which BJP is dominant. Along with BJP, there are small parties. Get it? Okay, now I think it's clear. So here are the list of national parties of India. There are 6. Jeba missing, ma'am. Yeah, Jeba is missing. I don't know where is she. I think she was not about to study civics or something like that. Okay, so there are list of national political parties. Election Commission of India is the body, okay, to whom every party needs to be registered. And here is the list of parties which are recognized as national political parties by Election Commission of India. You can see this chart, mug it up. Indian National Congress, their symbols, their foundation year and their ideology. Have a look at that, have a look at this, take a screenshot, or I hope you guys have downloaded the PDF and this will be more than enough for you. Okay, answer the question right in front of you. Basically, the question is, what does the ideology Communist Party of India follow? Capitalism, Marxism, Leninism, liberalism or fascism? Yeah. Yes, the 4 mega marathons are enough for it. Okay, so it is based upon Marxism and Leninism policy. Do you guys remember the Russian Revolution and the story about Marx, Lenin? What they believed in? They believed in communal ideology and not capitalist. The capitalist ideology was such that the profit should be in some hands. It creates the society of haves and have-nots. However, communalism talks about there should be everything in the name of the nation. It should be centralized. Public authority should be there. No private intervention should be there. So it depends upon this. In India too, people were also. Okay, come on, next question. Let's hope India will win today. India will win, beta. India will win, you study. I am really love your classes in the time of pressure as Tamilian. Okay. Now, what distinguishes a multi-party system from other party system? What distinguishes a multi-party system from other party system? It limits competition to only 2 parties. B. It allows for the formation of coalition among several parties. C. It promotes a centralized government structure. Or D. It excludes minor parties. Very easy, very easy. FF Gamer has answered this. Very good. Hi Bhumika, how are you? So, yes, B is the correct answer to this question. Whenever, here they are talking about how multi-party system is different from other parties. So, the chances to form coalition is higher in multi-party system, not in single or double party. Okay, great. Next is about challenges to political parties, beta. Next is what challenges? By this 3 topics are very, very important from this chapter. First one is functions of political parties. Done. We are done with this. Next is challenges to political parties, and the other one is what? Reform. So, there are certain challenges to political party. Number 1, lack of internal democracy. They are the very spirit of a democratic world. They are the, what we can say, organs of democracy, but they themselves are not democratic. Why? The powers are within the few leaders, no regular attendance, nothing. Some of the leaders are taking decisions, no meetings, no information. Second, dynastic succession. We know this. I can't take the name, but we know this. Dynastic succession. Money and muscle power. Whoever have the money, has the good position in the politics, can take the ticket for any elections, right? Muscle power. Whenever we see a student, that's in our inbuilt nature. Whenever we see a student who is not like performing good in class and like gundagirdi and all that, what do we call him? That will you go in politics? So because money and muscle power works there. No meaningful choice to other. This is to be understood. Students nowadays, so many parties are coming from a single party. Like if we talk about Communist Party of India, there is a CPI, there is a CPIM. Do you think there will be a vast difference between their thinking? No. So different parties came into existence that we now forget to identify the difference between them. There is no meaningful choices now. Okay, so how many challenges do we have? 4. Seeing those challenges, did we work on it? Yes, we made reforms. But we will study that reforms after this question. Which of the following is not given as a challenge faced by a political party? Tell me the correct answer to the question right here in front of you. Sample paper Tanya I have uploaded already many times on the same platform. You go through the videos, you will get it, Tanya. Okay, it's recorded also, it's live also. I have done it. Go watch it once, please. Even I have done official sample paper also, unofficial sample papers also. Okay? So which of the following is not a challenge? Lack of internal democracy is there, growing of money is there, decline in ideological difference is there, ineffectiveness of online political movement. D. Okay, agree with D answer? Yes. Ma'am, you share PPT? Yes, bacha, I share PPT. There is link in the description box. Click it and you can download the same PPT easily. Okay. Last topic of this chapter, that is how can parties be reformed. So, my dear students, some of the reforms are done. Some of the reforms are suggested to be done. Okay, some of the reforms are done. What are done? Recent efforts. First, anti-defection law. So, what is anti-defection law? Beta, what happened na? Previously, what parties do? Like I am a person from BJP. I am a candidate from BJP. I stood in the elections, won the votes, got elected, and now I am member of parliament. But someday, the opposition party came to me, ki see, we will give this much money to you, you will get more good position if you come into our party, etc., etc. And I got deflected. That is not a defection. To stop that, and law is being passed, that is anti-defection law, in which constitution was amended to prevent this, because this is against the will and wish of the people. Because people elected you, seeing that you will be the candidate from BJP, and now you shifted the party, hence anti-defection law is one. Second, the Supreme Court ordered that it is mandatory for all the candidates to file an affidavit. What is affidavit? A legal document. A legal document in which you will be declaring that there are these many criminal records on me or no records on me, plus these are the details of all the assets, properties which I hold. Okay? Third one is that the election commission made it mandatory that if you are a political party, you have to get ITR, that is income tax return, done by your members. Okay, income tax return done by your members. Get it? Still defection is going on. Yes, the recent Madhya Pradesh government fall due to defection. Like if we talk about the previous election, Congress won the election, right? Congress won the election, but after that Jyotiraditya Scindia, which used to be the part of Indian National Congress for years, like their dynasties being the part of it, changed the party to BJP, the government fall in between because there are loopholes in that which people find. right, which people easily find. I'll explain in that in some day, another day in detail, when we will talk in detail about geopolitics and all. Okay, good evening to everyone. Suggestions are, yes, there are suggestions that first we should regulate the internal affair, like compulsory, let's maintain register, follow constitution, solve party disputes. There should be 1/3 seats reserved for women, because they are saying rather than providing 1/3 seats on their place, what if we start providing this 1/3 tickets to women? The parties itself provide it. So from the grassroots level, the condition will be sorted. Okay, state funding of elections can also work. So students, political parties are done. Answer this question, answer this question. Question is assertion. Pressure from citizens and civil society can influence political party to understand reforms. ठीक है. Reason. Political parties are responsive, okay, to public opinion as they depends on voters' support for electoral success. What do you think? Hello guys, hello ma'am, it's me. Hello, how are you? Someone is saying A, someone is saying C, someone is saying D. Today questions are quite tricky, right? Tanya is saying D, someone is saying B. C is the answer. Jitendra is saying, I guess it's E. Solo, you are studying? I am fine, ma'am. How are you? I am also good, beta. I'm going to exit. Who is going to exist? Exit. Exist तो कर रहा है. Sorry, exit. All. Solo is studying. Okay, so I'll discuss this question with you. You guys are getting so much confused. See, pressure from the citizens and civil society, the work of pressure groups, influence political party to undertake reform. The statement is correct. As the statement is correct, D is no longer option. To the students who were saying D, wrong. Fine. Political parties are responsive to public opinion. Bhai, they shape public opinion. They have to do it. So this is also correct. Now C option does not exist anymore. So if anyone was answering C, you guys are wrong. Now comes the point, does there is any relation between them? Is R the correct explanation to A? Let's talk about this. Pressure from citizens and civil society can influence them to undertake the reforms. Yes, we agree. Why? Why is it? Because they depend on their support, voter support. Bhai, A is the correct answer. Get it? Yes, very good, very good. A is the correct answer. Okay, great, great. These are the practice questions from the chapter Political Parties. Go through it once. Go through it once. See them once. Go through them once. And if you find any problem, let me know. Go through them once. See all the questions. Read 10 questions. I'm giving you 3-4 minutes. Read them. Tell me if you guys have any doubt. No doubts? Did you read this? Take your time, read them. And are you guys practicing these questions or not? Shoridas is saying, ma'am, low voice, beta. Low voice is okay, because if it would have been the situation, other will also say voice is okay. Yes, ma'am. So no doubts. Great, great, great. You saw the questions? Well, now the last chapter, that is outcomes of democracy. So the last chapter is what, beta? Outcomes of democracy. See, The chapter is quite easy. We'll complete it fast. Very, very easy. 9th question you have a doubt in. Okay, let me see. All over the world, people express their dissatisfaction with the failure of political parties to perform their functions well. Analyze the statement with arguments. Yes. So why they do not perform the failures, like we talk about this? So yes, democratic system is a system which is questioned every day, and political parties are one among them. Here you have to tell about the challenges. The question is framed in a way that you do not understand it. Okay, fine. So, see, outcomes of democracy. Throughout all these classes you were studying what is democracy, positive, negative, etc., etc. In this chapter you will study about the outcome, result of democracy. So we have different forms of government in the world, like there is democracy, monarchy, republic, dictatorship, etc., etc. But democracy is good form of government which chooses how we can access this. Question will come, how can we access democracy? Beta, we can assess democracy, assess, not access, right? We can assess democracy as it promotes what? Only form of government that gives equality. And if anyone is against democracy, go ahead and sit in North Korea and enjoy. Right? So, it promotes equality among citizens, enhance the dignity of the individual, improves quality of decision-making process, because there are chances in democracy to correct their mistakes. That's why decision-making process is improving day by day, and all the, what we can say, conflicts are being resolved. 5 points how to assess democracy. Get it? First, what? Equality. Second, dignity. Third, decision making. Fourth, conflict resolved. Fifth, correct mistakes. Done. Right? Done? Very good. Now, what is the primary purpose of mechanism like regular elections and open public debate in a democracy? What is the correct answer? Tell me. What is the correct answer to this question? Question here is right in front of you. What is the primary purpose of mechanisms like regular elections and open public debates in a democracy? Does it promote, guarantee economic growth? No. Does it eliminate social inequalities? It can be. Right? Does it provide citizens with control over the correct? This is the correct one. Why? Because regular elections are the one in which government will fear, bhai, we have to fulfill the demands of the people, otherwise in the next upcoming elections they are not going to give us vote. So this is important. Get it? Very good. Next one. We know that the most important topic of this chapter is how democracy is accountable, responsive and legitimate. Accountable, responsive and legitimate. See these points, because you guys face issue with these points, that ma'am, what point to write, what not to write, isn't it? Isn't it? Yes. So see beta, democracy equals to people, because here government is formed by the people. Because here government is formed by the people. So in a democracy country, it is accountable because government is elected by the people. Those people or their representatives participates in the decision-making process, right? In a democracy, all those representatives deliberate, discuss, negotiate on the topic. That is the reason the decision-making is slow. But as everyone have a clear stand, there are norms and procedure followed by law. This is a law, and this is to be what? This is to be passed in this way. The constitution speaks about it or not? Yes, it speaks about it. So this is what creates transparency. Whenever a law is being passed, you are informed by it, by press conference, by gazette, by media. What it is? Transparency to the public. Right? How government is responsive government? Government is responding to the needs and the demands of the citizens. We are demanding and it is being fulfilled. What it is? Responsive government. Right? Just a second, students. Okay, coming back to it, so this is how responsive government means. Like whenever the decisions are made upon legislation, we have right to information. Any law, right to information 2005, what it is. Get it? Next is legitimate government. I have the legitimate right over my house. That means it's my house. Legitimate right over my friends. They are my friends, right? See how possessive I am being a friend. So, I got the example of friend. You can understand how possessive we are for friends. So, it may be slow. See what they are telling us. Being accountable and responsive makes the government democracy slow, inefficient sometimes. Less efficient, not inefficient, less efficient sometimes, but it is legitimate government, it's people's own government. We call it na tera hai, mera hai, like similar to that slang. So, it is about legitimate form of government. Get it, beta? Fine. Accountable, responsive, legitimate, there are trends being seen, right? Once again, okay, FF Gamer, you're going? Fine, bye-bye, meet you tomorrow live class, come tomorrow, okay? So there are trends being seen where people question democracy that it is not being preferable. There are sometimes people saying that dictatorship is better, etc., etc., because there are reasons for it. Because we are not living in North Korea, na? That is the reason. Okay, before moving further, let's solve this question right in front of you. Give the answer and then we'll move further. Ma'am reply. Ma'am is giving Tanya. I was unable to read because still it will take how much time? 10 more minutes, my dear students. 10 more minutes and we will end our civics too. 10 more minutes. I was okay, answer to this question. Which of the following statement best reflects the view of democracy? Is perfect system? No system can be perfect by. Right? Next is democracy is a work in progress. Yes, it is a work in progress. B is the correct answer. So, ma'am, give this question. The constitution has provided. Are you asked yesterday also? Question gaya. Okay, Tanya, try to remember the question. Beta, the democratic government is such that we have to provide immunity to the Supreme Court judges because they take so much decisions for the nations. They need that protection. Here, protection, I'll know what protection you're talking about. Immunities you're talking about. Okay. Fine. Now, one more question that comes in our mind is about, see, there are 3 types of development in a nation: social, political, economic. That democracy gives you one thing, that is social equality, right? Everyone will be treated equal, fundamental rights will be given to you, etc., etc. Political equality, yes, everyone has right to vote, but what about economic equality? Is it? No. In the chart, it's clear that, see this is from NCERT. That's all democratic regime has only the great growth rate of 3.95%. And dictatorship has the growth rate of 4.42%. So, can we switch to dictatorship? No. Because that will not provide a social and political equality. Getting my point? We understand that democracy has a good growth rate, but still, democracy guarantees us other things than economic development. So, can we accept or expect the reduction of inequality and development in a democracy? See, students, we expect that this will be reduced. However, development can be done, but wealth cannot be distributed. In a democracy, only political equality and social equality can be done. So, this will exist. Okay? Okay. So, observe the picture given below and answer the following question. But these types of pictures are there. You have to observe it. if we see it, this picture, what is democratic? So that this is our democracy sitting and all the questions are being thrown to it, all the like responsibilities are thrown to it. By we want protest against policy, we want a separate state. So these are certain demands in front of democracy. Is democracy fulfilling its expectation in practice? Trying to fulfill it? Not all of them. Not all of them. Do people only prefer democracy because it's morally right? No, because it provides us social and political equality. Get it? Fine. Last topic of the chapter here, right here in front of you. I'll explain that. Accommodation of social diversity. In a democratic country, what is the perfect thing? We accommodate the social diversity. So many different people living in India, but everyone is treated equal. We accommodated it. There are certain marginalized people who are not treated equally in the society because of certain beliefs. We try to accommodate them. How? How to provide them certain benefits. Like it is said that, by see, in a democracy like India, Hinduism majority, right? But it should not mean, pay attention, how can we accommodate diversity? It is necessary for us to understand that in democracy, it should not be the rule of majority. And when I say the rule of majority, it does not become rule of majority community in terms of their language, religion, caste. Getting the point? Beta, a democratic nation can accommodate diversity only when the government or the system is not by only majority opinion. When I say the rule of majority, it means that it should not be the rule on the basis of language, religion, caste, etc. Okay. Last topic, dignity and freedom. Yes, in democracy, dignity and freedom is given. Take the case of the dignity of women and the caste system that pertained in India before, and the caste inequalities which we ended by providing so many things. Okay. Question here in front of you, what is one advantage of democracy in promoting individual dignity? Tell me the answer. Suppression of individual rights? No. Recognition of individual equality? Yes. Exclusion? No. Prevention of hierarchical social order? No. B. What does the statement, by this statement is very important, very important. Even a question can come from that. Democracies are still under examination. Every day democracy is giving a test. Why? 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 Tell the question, answer. Because it is a failed experiment? No. Achieved their ultimate goal? No. Dynamic system, constantly evolving. Yes, C is the correct answer. Very good, students. And this is all about today's session. These are the practice questions right here in front of you of the last chapter of our civics syllabus. Students, enough? Economics, done. Geography, done. History, again done. And then civics, done. Get ready for tomorrow's live. If you have any doubt, you can ask me right away. I'm here for 4 to 5 minutes, can explain you everything and then can leave the class, okay? Class and students who are really watching me over here, tell me, do you have any doubt? Enough for today? Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, Tanya. Welcome, beta. Okay. Nope, ma'am. Great, great. No doubts to anyone. Acha, right at 12 o'clock tomorrow in afternoon, come on the same platform, same channel. To the students who have not yet subscribed the channel, go subscribe it so that whenever I come live, you get the notification. Okay. And I have uploaded some videos strategy videos, something that you need to hear before the exams, you should know before the exams, some important shots on the same channel, do watch them, like them, comment them so that I can see that, oh my god, these students were in my live also and they are commenting. That means they are watching too. So we end here the 4 great marathon of all the time so that you can perform best on your exam day, that is 7th. Okay, my wishes are with you, my dear students. Rock your SST exam, and if still any help you need from me, you can comment down anytime without thinking. Okay, bye bye, very good night to all of you. Yes Sharma, no hi, it's time to say bye. Sorry for this, but I want to leave now because we completed complete civics today. Tomorrow you can come at 12 o'clock for complete SST, a long marathon starting with the map work. So whenever you come, take a map along with you. Okay, take a map along with you at that time. Bye bye. Welcome to everyone praising me. Thank you guys. Good night.